Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Turn for Two.
This is Rob.
And this is Anthony. We have a very exciting episode for you this week.
Yeah.
We have our guest, Ybreezy, joining us later from, you guys may know him from Twitch or from the Lorcana scene on Twitter. He's very prominent there.
Yeah.
We have our results from our Stories Format Challenge.
That was a very exciting thing.
So we had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
And don't forget...
Tons of reveals.
Yes, tons of reveals.
So, spoiler alert's going to be real big today. And don't forget our, as you were saying, the tournament.
Yes, Stories Format Tournament on Limitless. It is on our link tree at linktr.ee/turn-for-2, TURNFOR, the number 2.
I'm going to give a shout out real quick to our first sign up once again.
Yes. Bjornfa, I think that's how you say it. He was at our last tournament.
So thanks again. Yes, excited to play. I'm hoping to play against you this time.
I'm hoping if we do play against each other, you don't miss the check-in on accident. Because I felt bad. I did feel bad about that. That one felt bad. That win felt bad.
Well, whatever. It happens. We're announcing it every time on our Discord.
Yep.
I don't know if I wouldn't announce it on Twitter.
No, I don't do it on Twitter. Weird. It's just on Discord.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I send everyone pings and on Discord, so everyone will know when the round goes live. As long as we get enough people, we'll probably be playing in this one as well.
If we get enough people, we don't have to play.
Yeah, we don't have to be playing in it.
But yeah, shoot, I would love to get... I'm assuming we're going to get Breezy on here. We're going to try to get some more people in the local community that we're going to jump on. So should be at least a decent sized one. Yeah. And of course, we'll post the results again.
Of course.
As we did last time.
And don't forget the Stories Format Master List is on our link tree as well if you're looking to see what two stories or...
gives every single card that you would need to find in there. If you have any questions, just reach out to us.
Yeah.
I feel like it's pretty clear, but if you really have, what is this? Or does this interaction okay? Are you sure this card goes in this set? Let me know. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
But that's the only way to build a deck is to have all the pieces together.
Yeah, and we have a couple. I know we have our Stories Format Challenge decks posted.
Yep.
And you made, I think, about 5 of them.
Posted. Yeah, just to kind of give you some ideas.
Yeah, so there's some in there. I guess you could use those if you wanted to, or make your own depending on what your favorite IPs are. That
really does kind of eliminate people having, I don't know how to make a Stories Format deck. Just hop onto our link tree.
Yeah.
We have all those options there as well.
That's on our dreamborn.inc page, which is also linked on there.
Very good.
And with that, let's get right into Stonk.
So I'll start us off with set 1. We'll quickly touch on Enchanteds, which it's funny that the headline for TCG Player, Enchanted prices are skyrocketing. Yeah, we talked about that already. They've gone up, but actually they've settled down a little bit.
Yeah.
Still $624 for analysis. Funny, but $240 from my girl Giant Tank. Other than that, everything else is about the same where it was. Some things have gone down a little bit. The Hades is down, Maui's down. They did skyrocket. You're a little late on that one. So long story short, I would still wait on these. Yeah. They'll cool off a little bit more. Other than that, the heavy hitters are still the same prices. Rapunzel is still in the first place, $36.
Yeah.
Maleficent's caught back up. She's back up to $35 from $30. That's a pretty big jump back up. Other than that, everything's pretty much the same. Belle and Hades still $25 and $20 respectively, as they probably will be. I still think Belle's going to go down, so it's still a sell for me.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any other big changes other than, again, Be Prepared crops up a little bit higher. It's at $8.10 now. It's going to settle at about a $10 card. It seems if they're trickling set 1 the way that they are, as opposed to sort of marketing it and printing it into oblivion like they originally said they were. BLTs have started to cool off finally, though. That's Brave Little Tailor Mickey Mouse for people who would like to know. Other than that, everything's about the same. So it's good. I think it's a good time to buy singles if you're trying to make decks. It's good to get into the game right now because it's not that expensive. Yes, there's going to be a few expensive cards. That's how card games work. But other than that, it's pretty accessible. I'm excited about it.
With set 2, there's not really much change. A lot of the Enchanteds have started to stabilize. Hercules is at $125.
Of course, that's the first thing you're going to talk about.
But no, most of these have stabilized. Alice being at 154, which I still can't show Rob, but I can look at the price, is
I'll stare at my screen. I have discipline at this point.
Around where it's at. Snow White being 150 or 160 is around where it's also at. Namari's up to 102, which I think is higher than it was last week.
Yeah.
Pizza 84. But other than that, again, like Rob was saying with the heavy hitters of set one, Beast Tragic Hero is still $45.
What's next highest?
Mufasa's $17.
Okay. Makes sense.
Bella's just about $10. Alice is $9.50. After that, you got, your Beast Relentless, your Snow White, your Legendary Snow White, your Legendary Scar.
And those are all the like $5, $6, $7, $8.
$6.
Okay.
But yeah.
So similar to set one, if you want to build a deck, things are in a reasonable price right now. It's good for trading. It's good for buying. It's good to get into the game. That's exciting. The other thing I would like to quickly just touch on, boxes themselves. So what is it for a box of set 2 on TCG Player right now?
I unfiltered.
Unfiltered.
So I didn't have to look.
Unfiltered results.
Oh, that's a booster case. It was going to be $470. It is $120 for a box of set 2.
Wow. So it's real cheap for a box of set 2.
Yeah.
A box of set 1 is currently $195, which is very expensive. Again, they're supposed to reprint those, so that's a little interesting. But the other reason I'm mentioning this is you can actually pre-order into the Inklands boxes now pretty regularly. There's plenty of listings on eBay. There are listings on TCG Player itself. I don't know any of the like Best Buys or these true stores that have them. I feel like that's just bots get those anyway, so I don't even bother with that.
Yeah, Disney announced when theirs was going to be, which I don't remember off the top of my head, but they announced when their website's drop would be, which everyone was saying they're not dealing with that again after what happened last time.
Not when it's this accessible. I'm not going to even
But if you have local stores in your area, which I know we do, like shout out to Aquilonia.
Yes, I have a box from them. I'm so excited.
I'm guessing Kerwin's will probably have boxes. They had them of set 2. They definitely will have set 3 because I think a lot more people are realizing the game is still kind of scalpable, but not enough. It's starting to get not like Pokemon, but to the point with Pokemon where it's like people aren't trying to scalp it because people know they're just going to keep printing it. And Ravensburger's made it very clear that they are going to do everything they can to make sure this product gets into players' hands and to the people who actually want to play the game. So I'm not worried about it. I think, you go to a couple local game stores and pick up a couple boxes. I think you said you're going to get 3. I think 3 is a reasonable amount, and then you just kind of wait a month for the singles market to even out and get what you want for your decks.
I'm buying 4 to be fair because I already pre-ordered 2. No, I pre-ordered 2, and I'm going to give my patrons to 2 of the stores in the area. I already gave the shout out to Aquilonia. That being said, I'm trying to draft with them. I'm buying 2 boxes for me to
rip as soon as you get them.
Nope, I'm still going to draft out of them. But they're all for me. It's just like, here, do you want to come look at cards and draft? That this is an option, but it's my stuff. Hoping to maybe pull an enchanted one of these days.
One day you'll get it.
It's
exciting.
Is it?
It
What's it like?
You pulled an enchanted. You pulled them
I pulled 1 enchanted, and that was like my 25th pack of this game.
I can't tell you how many I got before I got the Hades.
Well, I opened an entire box, and it wasn't in there. And then I opened my starter deck. It was the 1 pack in there. And I was like, oh, they're not that rare. This is so cool. I'm excited about this. I never
saw another one again.
I'm like, for a lot.
Yeah, same. I did not see a single set 2 one. I saw 1 from set 1 and then traded for a set 2 one. So that's about where I'm at.
I do have 6.
Yeah, you have 6. You have 4 Tinkerbell and 2 Namari.
That is correct. 4 Tinkerbell and 2 Namari. I love my steel enchanted cards.
So with that, we can get right into the results of our cooking time challenge.
So we have the results of our cooking time challenge, like we said we were going to do. So I chose to go with a Frozen Shocker and Tangled package. Whoa. I like Tangled because of all of the Rapunzels. Rapunzel's always good. So I have 4 of the 1 4 that heals for 2. 4 of the expensive one, and 3 of the shift 06 that draws when you heal because there's a decent amount of heals in here. It gives you access to Flynn Rider and Pascal.
Flynn Rider.
And of course the Hearse.
The Hearse!
We love the Hearse.
The Hearse.
Maximus, the 4/5 bodyguard support. So good. Love that card.
It's Amber, by the way. Dom.
Yes. Fair. No, that's fair. And it has a bunch of kill spells.
Yeah.
The combination that is. So in Tangled, you have Mother Knows Best, and you have your access to the lanterns. But with the frozen, with it, you get Let It Go, Let the Storm Rage On, and Smash.
Smosh.
Gives me access to Elsa, which I had, both Elsas. And that's all I really needed out of it. Grand Pobby. That was the last.
The MVP of game 6.
Yeah, that card was really good. I
Yeah.
gained what? No, I had 2 of them in play, so I had
4 in 1 turn.
No, I had 8 in 1 turn because I did it twice.
Yeah.
Anyway, Grand Pobby
technically
goes with
11 because you turned for 3.
That's also true. I did turn for 3.
So just judging by the fact he turned for 11 or had 11 in 1 turn between 2 characters, I'm guessing everyone knows he won. Shocker to no one. He won 5-1. I conceded after 5 losses. I went with Tangled and Lilo and Stitch because I like Lilo and Stitch, and I was more going with feelings than I was going with playability. I should have went with Lion King to have my kill spells as well. I didn't. End up getting my ass handed to me. Although the Hearthstone Mother got the Emerald Mother Gothel that prevents your opponents from shifting or questing is very big.
So powerful.
Along with the Amber Maximus, was also my 2 favorite. Along with 1/1 Amber Lilo.
And starting with Lilo every
4 of
single
6 games.
turn.
Yeah.
That was. You were aggro out of the gate, and then towards the end, I had started the heal package going.
Yeah.
It was not. And the few kills, the kill spells.
Yeah.
The smash and
the kill spells were the big difference.
Yeah. The big difference. Not that it's necessary, because that's the beautiful thing about Stories format is there's not a lot of one thing in any of these colors. But it was a lot of fun. We get to just make these weird combinations with all these different colors. Yeah. You see why you're not allowed to play all of these colors together, because it's really powerful. But it was a lot of fun, and you can just pick whatever you want to go and just pick the best cards out of it.
So that was our challenge for this week. Next week, we're going to leave it up to the listeners again, like we did last week. We'll have another thread on X. We'll have a thread on our Discord. We're going to be asking for all of you listeners, which we'll get some input from Ybreezy, to give us your 2 favorite or 2 Stories franchises you'd like to see us build around.
Yes. Just give us 2, and we will put them all like we did last time.
We're going to put them in a wheel and we'll randomize them. We do have, again, the Stories format master list on our link tree, so if you want to check that out to figure out, what you think has the most fun characters, or if you just want to stick us with, Wreck-It Ralph and something else.
Well, there has to be, that's the only caveat there is the numbers of each of the cards that you can see on the list. There just has to be an ability to make a 60-card deck.
Yeah.
So if you're doing Wreck-It Ralph, that's 4. You need to have one that has at least
56
or 14 cards in it, so that you can make a full 60-card deck. But that's the only caveat. So other than that, please give us your ideas. If you want to just see a Cinderella Mickey Mouse fight, or whatever you want to see combined, it's the world's your oyster.
Yeah.
Well, the Disney world's your oyster.
Yeah. So with that, we can get right into meta-analysis. All right, so diving right into meta-analysis, our first tournament that we have on here is SGCCon Hartford, Lorcana 5K at Star City Games, which I didn't even know was happening. We probably could have went to.
Yeah, that's really close.
2.5 hours away. I'm going there for a concert in April, the week before we go to Florida.
We went to a Pokemon regionals there.
Right, exactly.
That was our first one.
That was our first one.
It was not a bad drive.
We had a fun drive, yeah.
Oh.
But with that, shocker, top 3 was Ruby Amethyst Bounced, Amber Amethyst Bounce, and Ruby Amethyst Bounce. So let's take a look at that's top. Okay, let's look at the top list.
Yeah.
Shocker, it's Ruby Amethyst. The 2 Peter Pan Shadow, we don't see a lot of. I've started seeing it a little more, but I do like seeing that.
I like the Peter Pan Shadow as another rush.
Yes,
and it.
Rush with Evasive, too, which can kill Pascals. It can kill the minis.
Minnie Mouses.
Which is, I think, what we need.
The still run in the 1/2 Kuzco. I really like it in there for... Even if you teeth in Ambitions, that I've been doing that when I play what I call the Demon deck.
The Peter Pan Shadow is also nice because it gives your characters with Rush Evasive, so it gives Maui Evasive.
Yep.
So that big 6/5 booty smacking anything.
Yeah, that kills everything.
Yeah. So you don't even have to turn with the Peter Pan Shadow.
Also, Madam and Fox, right?
Yes, Madam and Fox is in there.
So everything is killing evasive.
Yeah.
And it also turns for 2, which is a really wonderful thing.
Yeah, and if nothing they have is evasive and you're just turning with evasive things, it feels
still
good.
A one of Sorcerer's Spellbook. It's one of, but it does draw a lot of cards. When you play games, they're constantly drawing cards, but I still feel one of it's 1 out of 60 cards.
Certain decks, yeah. I mean, I feel like when Red Blue was popular, when Ruby Sapphire, Ruby Sapphire, not Ruby. Yeah, Ruby Sapphire. When Ruby Sapphire was popular and it was drawing a ton of cards, that was when, okay, I understand the 2-ofs, the 1-ofs, because you're milling through most of your deck.
Yeah.
With these decks, yes, Friends on the Other Side is getting you 3 cards. Merlin Rabbit gets you a card. I don't feel like you're seeing enough cards to run the 1-ofs. But again, like we've said before,
here's the way I've been trying to rationalize this to me being me. If 50% of the time it's in the top half of your deck, right? That's how that works.
Right.
You're going to go through the top half of your deck every time.
Yeah, 100%.
So 50% of the time you have one of those is the way that I am calculating it. But for me, that's maybe 10% of the time is always going to be on the bottom. But still, why not just throw one more? Even just play a 61 card list. Just give yourself some more access.
Yeah.
To kind of guarantee that it's in the top half of your stack.
Yeah.
That's my only thought process.
With that, we can move on to...
I'll hit the 1K.
Yeah, we can hit the 1K.
So there was a Nerdy Needs 1K, which is really funny now that I understand it.
43 people is pretty small for a 1K.
Yeah, well, where is it? It's in the United States. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, now we know exactly where it is. In the top 8, there was Alpha Mufasa Sauce, which is a great name. Let's just see what they're on Goofy.
You can fly.
A 3/4 evasive Goofy.
For 2. He's Ruby.
You Can Fly has been in more and more things. I really like that. The Queen, because obviously it's a
I think it's another mini killer. It gives things evasive. You want to be able to kill many.
This is nearly just a Ruby list, though, because Doc, Hades, Mufasa, the Queen package, and Rapunzel are all of the cards in here that are not Ruby.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So
it's, arguably the best cards in Amber that are in there.
Yeah, the staples, as we talked about before. So there's 2 Cogsworth and Friends in what is effectively second and third list on here. Again,
standard.
Nothing fire the cannons. To me, that's the kind of different thing. Do they have the other captain? No. So no. Fire the cannons is the difference with that one. And second place is
one
Morris
tiny
Workshop,
tactician.
but there's only one of them, and one tiny.
Also, one Scepter of Arendelle, 2 Smash,
2 Tamato. It's on kind of a item engine. Interesting how it goes, but still got beat by Amber Ruby Bounce Control.
Yeah. Amber Ruby.
I did it again.
One of most diabolical scheme. Love the card. Good card. Don't know why you'd run one of them.
There's a lot of different villains that you can sack with this.
So why would you run one of them? I don't get it.
Oh, yeah, only one of them.
But the two of Spellbook's better than one.
I could definitely see 2 most diabolical.
100%.
I
think a lot of these decks, I get wanting to run 60 because you have the best chance of seeing your cards.
Yeah,
but running up to 65, I still don't feel like is terrible ever.
I've seen it. I can't say ever because that's why people run it at 60.
Right. No, you're right.
More consistent. But if you want to put a couple extra to just add that spice, right? Get those spiciness ratings up.
Again, so we have the pack Merlin Strikes Back. It was 162 players. All of top 8 minus the winning deck was dominated by Ruby Amethyst. I do want to look at the second place deck because it's named Definitely Not Meta.
Okay.
So
Fidgets.
I was gonna say it's not meta. I wouldn't say it's
Pinocchio. I love Pinocchio.
I wouldn't say it's super off meta, but it's definitely not the meta list you'd think of, which I guess is probably what got them where they were. 4 Be Prepared, 1 of Elsa, 2 Fidget, 4 Friends on the Other Side.
Yeah.
3 of the Kuzco, 1 of
pretty
Llama.
standard.
Yeah. So the 1 of Peter Pan Shadow, which is again a Amethyst card. The 2 cost Uninkable Pinocchio Talkative Puppet, which is an Amethyst card. And then the 2 of 3 cost Fidget Radigan's Henchman, which is a Ruby card.
The evasive killer. I get it. It's just it seems a little thin, but it worked.
Yeah.
But this one was won by Cogsworth and Friends, so that seems to be the sort of. It's not a triangle, really. I guess you could put Steel Song in part of that triangle.
Yeah, but we haven't seen a lot of Steel Song recently.
Some of the smaller tournaments in here, those were the winners, actually, the most recently. So somebody's putting it together correctly. But the other deck that I see a lot of is the Steel Sapphire.
And that's probably why Bella's so damn expensive.
You're probably right on top of it. And Beast should be still maintaining that value. It did drop a little, but that being said, that's what the main tournaments have been. It's been a lot of. It seems the meta has been solved or what have you, but it really doesn't matter because there's 3 weeks left.
Yeah, there's 3 weeks.
So just hone your decks, but get ready for the new stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know how it works with tournaments if it's immediately into the Inklands because, again, there's no OP information in that. But I'd say, I got these cards in my deck now. They're real. So I'm excited for that release. Get some new decks. It's going to see what's going to be on top.
But speaking of new cards... So the past week we've had a lot of spoilers come out.
It is spoiler
like a
season.
ton. It's spoiler city this week. A lot of big personalities on Twitter have gotten to reveal some cards. Hopefully that'll be us next set.
Twitter, that'd
what
be
we're
great.
gunning for.
That'd be awesome.
But with that, let's dive right into these superfluous spoilers.
Ooh. So Vault Door item 4-cost Sapphire card sealed away. Your locations and characters at locations. your locations and characters at locations.
Yep.
Gain resist 1. That is a mouthful, but that's fantastic because it's an item. You just stack those things. This is inkable, by the way. I did not say that. I really think that could be an interesting. It depends how good locations are.
Yeah.
We've been talking about them and seeing how they're going to be kind of folded into the game, but everybody's going to be playing with them to start, even if they're not good.
Yeah.
And to give everything resist, and your location also gets resist, which is the first thing.
Which is pretty big for a lot of these that have 6, 7.
Right. It's the first thing they give. So that really makes you, because you're going to have to hit it a couple of times and it starts stacking on top of it. I think that's going to be a very interesting card, and there's a lot of ways to cheat items now.
Yeah. So next up we have Shenzi, Pack Leader. She's a 4-cost inkable emerald card. She has I'll do it while this character is at a location. She gets +3 strength. She's a 0-6. She's a 0-6, so she can be a 3-6 at a location. Also, what's this hurry? While this character is at a location, whenever this character challenges another character, you may draw a card. So not terrible. So
it doesn't have to banish. So it really just has to get in there and fight. As long as it's at a location.
Just got to take a stab.
So she's a 3. So you pay, let's say you pay 1 to move her over. So she's a 5-cost 3-6 that when she challenges, draw a card. I think that's solid.
Yeah.
Again, depending on the power of locations, but that's a very interesting card to actually interact with it. We have next card is a 3-cost inkable Amethyst Iago Pretty Polly, a 3/2 with evasive. Feels like
Cruella, Jafar, Fidget.
It's a purple Fidget.
Yeah, purple Fidget. Yeah, so
I'm just exactly what Amber needs to. Or Amber again.
Amethyst needs.
Ruby Amethyst needs to fight Ruby Amethyst.
Yeah.
I just feel Amber in my soul whenever I say it.
Next, speaking of Amber, we have the Amber Cleansing Rainwater item. It is a 2-cost inkable with Ancient Power. Banish this item. Remove up to 2 damage from each of your character.
That's super meh to me.
Yeah.
The art is beautiful. It's when he is turning back from stone into the actual her father again, which is really very beautiful, but I think it's a bad card.
Next up, we have Don. You want to say you have
Don Carnage,
Pirate Prince. He is a 5-cost inkable emerald card. He's a 4/4. It turns for 2, which we love, and he has evasive.
Just a solid 4/4 evasive body. It's the what is it? Ray. Ray's a 3/3. That turns for 3 with evasive for 5. So this is just a little bit different, a little bit bigger butsy if that makes a difference. Ray didn't see a lot of play, but I think it's a solid card.
Yeah.
And it's from one of my favorite shows, Tailspin.
So next up is probably one of my favorite locations that's been revealed is the Amber Tiana's Palace. Is a 3-cost uninkable, 2 cost to move there, 8 willpower, 1 lore. Night out. Characters can't be challenged while here.
That's ridiculous.
That's pretty good. I mean, Be Prepared still affects it.
Sure, everything still affects it in that regard.
But an 8-cost, having to kill an 8-cost location.
Or 8 willpower location.
8 willpower location. Plus the characters that are there after.
Thankfully, it is uninkable because that's a little too powerful.
But it is only a 3-cost, so it's not like you're not going to get it into play.
You can definitely play it. That's really interesting. I mean, that's a build-around card in and of itself. What do you want to put in there that doesn't get touched? You can put your Cogsworths in there and actually swing with them. Beasts in there and actually swing with them.
Lilo.
Yuck. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be. You're actually right because that's gonna make Aggro, very interesting.
Very excited for that
Just
card.
pop a little extra, but it does cost 2 to move over there, but you can make that smaller with other cards. That's really interesting.
I'm wait for Amber Sapphire. We're gonna have Grandpa Bees over there. We're gonna have Bells over there,
God,
turning for 5 every turn.
You're silly. So we'll stick in the actually Amber category. That's Queen of Hearts, Wonderland Empress. Use a 3/3. Always here are my ways. Whenever this character quests, your other villain characters get 1 more lore pip this turn. Again, there's
Hades synergy.
That's it's a 3/3 for 3. I'm not that impressed.
Next we have This Way to Olympus. It is an action. It's a 1-cost inkable. Your characters get +3 strength this turn while challenging a location, which is pretty good.
It's just it's challenger for locations.
Yeah.
Which giving things challenger has not really been a thing that has been popular in the meta, but it may be necessary when you're targeting some of these really big locations.
So next we have the Emerald Robin Hood Daydreamer, 6-cost inkable, 4/5 turns for 4. We talked about this a while ago.
But still, turns for 4 is crazy.
It's going to be good with the Queen.
The dime.
So next we have everyone's favorite. I think this has to be German, right? I think this is German. Everyone's favorite card that they want in German is Miss Bianca, International Rescue Aid Society Agent. And she is an Amber 2-cost inkable 2/2 that turns for 1. That has Singer 4.
Isn't that exactly what Sebastian does?
I think so. But everyone loves this card because it's German flavor text for the name of what she is. International Rescue Aid Society Agent takes up the entire bottom page of text and almost goes into the strength.
Gellerschaft. It's very beautiful art, and I'm glad that Rescuers is getting cards as well.
More stories format cards.
That's right. Yeah, you got 1 so far. No, there was another one, right?
Yeah, I think so. Next,
I'll take it. It's the 1-cost Diablo.
Yep.
Faithful Familiar. It is a 1-cost 2/1 that turns for 1. In Search of Aurora, every time you play a character named Maleficent, you may look at the top card of your deck, put it on the top or bottom of your deck.
It's an inkable amethyst. Amethyst inkable? Yeah.
It's all
right.
It's too easy to kill.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's and you have to play a Maleficent to make. Not that you're not going to play the 3-cost Maleficent. I guess you can change the card.
You have to wait. Yeah.
It's not that impressive to me.
Next, we have 3-cost inkable Rise of the Titans. Banish chosen location or item. So here's how you deal with that location.
That is a very, very important card and going to be one of the most expensive uncommons in the set.
Yeah, it's going to be
It's also going to be a very pretty foil.
Yeah. Not much else to say there. It's going to be really powerful.
That is an OP foil, and all of those guys are shiny.
Oh,
please! That's my wish. Can we make it happen, Ravensburger? Let's make this thing a thing. So we have the 3-cost inkable Amethyst Hydros Iced Titan. It's a 2/2 that turns for 2, and also you can exert him to exert chosen character. So it is Elsa. It's like
I think
smaller but bigger Elsa.
This and Lithos, the 4-cost 4/1 Steel Rock Titan with resist 2. Turns for 1. You can exert it to chosen character gains resist 2 this turn. Those I think were in our leaks we covered a couple weeks ago as well.
I don't think the actual cards were, just the fact that they existed. Yeah. I don't remember going over them.
Maybe. But either way, it's cool to see the Titans. Titan deck coming.
Yes, I love the Titans anyway. I think Hydros is, again, like I said, kind of a weak Elsa, but also turns for 2. But I think Lithos is really interesting because it effectively has a 3-butt because it has 2 resist and can give something else resist, including itself.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. You can swing in with that for 4. I think that's a good card.
I get this one.
Scroop the Backstabber. He's a 2/5 ruby
5-cost inkable.
I'm trying to figure out what Spider-Man. While this character has damage, he gets 3 strength. So he becomes a 5/5.
So he's like the Steel Beast, but slightly weaker.
Yeah, decently weaker.
Steel Beast gets +3, but he's a 5/5.
Right. So
a 4/5.
He's a 4/5. So it's interesting.
Yeah.
It's just another card for
another villain. Also villain, yeah.
Okay, as a full. Okay, so he can't get because normally it's ally if it's not the main villain. So interesting.
I'm excited to be able to throw it down and yell "Scroop" every time I play it. Next, we have 2-cost uninkable Sapphire Scrooge's top hat. Shocker, it's an item in Sapphire. You exert it, you pay 1 less for the next item you play this turn, so it's Lantern for Item.
Lantern for Items, I think, could be a thing.
It actually is Lantern for Items, 2-cost uninkable, yeah.
No, exactly. I'm saying, but I think that could be a thing.
Yeah.
Because items they're getting so much. There's going to be some silly item decks coming out of this set.
It's going to be good in that, Amber Sapphire deck, I was just saying.
So, 1-cost inkable Bestow a Gift. That's an Amethyst action. Move 1 damage counter from chosen character to chosen opposing character.
This card's going to be really good.
I think
Ruby Amethyst.
it's interesting. Throwing it at a beast is nice. Just 1 damage is not super exciting.
Kills a Lilo.
Sure. It does kill a lot of those little things. It kills Pascal and things like that as well. I understand. The foil's going to be gorgeous.
Yep. It's a very pretty looking card.
But I think that's not worth a slot most of the time.
So next we have, which also I don't know if you realize this is the same door that is in the Mickey Mouse card.
That is, yeah.
It is the 1-cost 0/2 Amber Pluto Friendly Pooch. You exert him and you pay 1 less for the next character you play this turn. He turns for 1.
Speaking of lanterns.
So you have Pluto, who pays what you turn him, pay 1 less. Lantern, you turn it, pay 1 less. Mickey Mouse, you turn it, pay 3 less. You can basically play any 5-cost for free
if you have
get
all of those things in play, yes.
Which I do like the synergy.
But you also forgot to turn with Docs, and then you can play something
right,
for 6.
You have Docs, so you have something for 6. But I do like the little imagery with the Pluto and the Mickey Mouse.
Very pretty.
There's also the Pluto Determined Defender, which we can touch on quickly, which was talked about before, but it's a 7-cost
now we can see
inkable.
What it's shifting off of.
Yes, it is a 7-cost inkable 3/8 that turns for 2 with Bodyguard. At the start of your turn, move up to 3 damage from this character.
That's a crazy good Bodyguard.
And it looks like, his little dog tag's got the amber symbol on it.
We have 2 more cards?
Yeah, so we have...
I know it's Rufus, but
the translation is what we're looking for.
Orphan
Trophio.
Orphan Cat, something like that?
Yes, Rufus Orphanage Cat.
Orphanage Cat, not bad.
5-cost inkable Sapphire with he's a 4/5, turns for 1. A little too old to hunt mice. When this character is banished, you may put him into your inkwell face down and exerted. So
it's
really
a
big
fat Grammatala.
Yeah.
Grandma Kitten face. Also, or an even bigger James. There's a lot of these. And, I don't see it getting a lot of uses, but it's
cool. I mean,
maybe if every single one of your cards goes into the ink when it dies, that
you could also throw it at things unlike Grammatala. I mean, you could throw Grammatala at things, but at least this is taking something with it.
If it turned for 2, then it would be a very good card, but it is.
So next up we have Airfoil. It's a 2-cost inkable Emerald card. I got to be going. You tap this card. If you've played 2 or more actions during this card, draw a turn. I think this card's pretty good, especially with Emerald. If you pair it with Amber, you get to you can draw a card almost every turn because you want to play a lot of songs, and songs are classified as actions. So if you're playing songs or just in time or something like that, but it really works in any deck. Steel has a lot of actions as well if you're playing Emerald Steel with Fire the Cannons and some of the new ones we talked about. Next we have 3-cost inkable Dive Bomb. It's a Ruby action. Banish one of your characters with the Reckless to banish chosen character with power less than that character, or strength less than that character. I think this is a really good card personally. Being able to banish something like your Maui after it has 4 damage on it, and then damage something or kill something less that's not tapped. As long as it doesn't have ward, that makes it really good, I think, for allowing you to handle board threats, especially if something's a 5/5 or a 4/5 and you don't want to deal with it. Or if it's just you want to get rid of a Flavor Sham because it's turning and popping too many items, I think this is a really good way to deal with it. And then last but not least, just revealed
hot off the presses.
Yeah, just revealed a little under 3 hours ago by Ready Set Draw TCG. 2-cost inkable Steel Baboom.
Baboom.
Deal 2 damage to chosen character or location.
So again, Steel's getting character and location combination hate, and that's
a lot of treasure planets for that stories format coming up.
Oh, that's when you
gotta update that spreadsheet soon.
Yes, I will update the spreadsheet. I said the day that it comes out, I promised that I would do that. I'm excited for more things that can target locations and more location stuff. It's starting to shape up as more exciting than it started off. It was a little slow. I was like, oh, yeah, these are neat. But now there's a lot of cool interactions, and I'm excited to see the rest of the stuff.
But speaking of things I'm excited about,
Yes.
let's bring in our special guest. All right, and now introducing our special guest, the king of the Kuzcos, Ybreezy.
Boom, baby. What's up? How's everyone doing today?
Doing good, Breezy. We're happy to have you on the show. Thanks for stopping by.
It's an honor to be here. Whenever someone messages me like, "Hey, can you be on?" I always happy cry. It's emotional, and so I appreciate it. It's an honor to be here.
So
We're honored to
I
have
have
you.
to ask a question right out of the gate. I wanted to just surprise this from you right out of the gate. I have to ask you, Breezy, how many Kuzcos do you own?
I legally cannot tell you this information.
Oh, wow.
The answer is a lot. The
Yeah.
answer is more than I should. It's becoming a problem. The binders are getting full.
Just binders of Kuzcos?
I'm buying out all my car shops. I visit them on weekends, and I'm like, hey, do you guys have any Cuscos? I'm here for my Cusco tax. Can I please get it? And they
Oh,
give it to
wow.
me, and I move on. So yeah, we have a lot. I stopped count
Oh,
very
wow.
early.
I believe that, too.
Yeah.
So which do you prefer? I think I know the answer to this, but I got to hear it from the llama's mouth. Which of the two do you prefer?
The obviously the emperor himself. The
Oh,
llama card is more playable. I get it. I
okay.
understand. But
Okay.
but the emerald it just makes the character Cusco is encapsulated perfectly. It's just he's angry at a random thing
I
that
agree.
probably that poor worker was working so hard on. It just encapsulates everything Cusco, and I love looking at it. Everyone, it's just so nice. And the
And
llama one I also love, but those also I have. I have a lot of those too. I'm not gonna lie, but the emerald one has a special spot in my heart.
interesting. That okay, I guess I was wrong, but that's happy to hear. It's both because I agree with you, it does encapsulate the character like you're saying. The no touchy, like
Oh,
absolutely
mwah.
on the nose. How perfect is that? Ward, it just ticks the boxes for Cusco. I agree with you on that.
Exactly.
It's
That's That's so weird. I went on TCG Player to look at set one Kuzcos, and they're all sold out. And they say all 254 of them were bought by some guy named
Just
Breezy.
wow.
I actually use my fake name, Reezy, crazy. They never see it's me. It's the same address, but they never see it coming.
Yeah, you're not allowed to buy them anymore. You're just
I'm banned. They
banned from
banned
all of
me.
these things.
Yeah.
So, tell me, I know that you played Yu-Gi-Oh, but tell me quickly your TCG player background.
Sure, yeah. Yu-Gi-Oh was my background. I played around the hat format for the Yu-Gi-Oh players out there, hands, artifacts, and trap trickses. That was my first initial time to play it. I played competitively a little bit. Couldn't keep up as much just because school and stuff. And
Mm.
then I dabbled in Pokemon around recently. That was kind of my get out of Yu-Gi-Oh card, if you will, because Yu-Gi-Oh
Oh,
just
it's
the
like a
meta
life
was just
raft.
right. It was just to a point where it was not fun for me, and the community, my local scene was just not something I was getting too much enjoyment out of. So I just decided I need something else. So I hopped into Pokemon around, I guess whenever the Giratina cards came out.
Lost Origins.
Lost Origins. That's
Yeah.
one of the first time because Giratina is actually one of my favorite Pokemons of all time. My favorite
Nice,
legendary for sure.
nice.
And I was like, I need to figure it out, and he just happened to be decent, so I started playing it, and after that, Lorcana was kind of creeping in, and I
Mhm.
kind of always had a little bookmark in the back burner, and it came
Okay.
out. I couldn't buy a single card for a month, and then I did,
Oh,
and my first deck was Steel Sapphire, and I packed a Tinkerbell, and I was like, "This is the greatest day of my life," and kind of locked in. And I was like, "Let me get on Twitter," and then I was like, "I am gonna be loud forever," and it's been Lorcana ever since.
that's a beautiful story. I actually played Yu-Gi-Oh when it came out, which I don't know if you were alive when the game came out.
I was, I think, either just born or a little behind.
Yeah, so
I definitely wasn't
straight up
born.
dating myself with that, but it was a lot of fun when it came out. I actually did like Yu-Gi-Oh in the beginning, and it got insanely complicated and every single card is a bit of a novel. Like you have to put a bookmark and like I'll finish this card later. It was just too much.
The
And
rulings
I
are
watched a
complicated.
couple of your videos that you saved on Twitch, and I was fascinated but thoroughly confused. And I played a lot of TCGs, and I was just impressed and dumbfounded. You changed it up for Lorcana. I love that because hey, that's brought us together. I think Lorcana is a great game, as we've talked about. That's why we're doing this whole thing. That's why you're doing your whole thing. And it's awesome to have you aboard. It's really cool. I remember you were talking about. I'm not sure who interviewed you. We were talking about the OP is when OP dropped.
Yes.
And you were talking specifically about cash prizing. Catch me up on that.
So cash prizing. So Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't have cash prizing. They never did. They just do switches and like a 5-year-old Yu-Gi-Oh game at this point. And I'm not a fan. I would like to see cash prizing. It just would be more competitive, and it will bring the right. If they want to make this game serious and still be casual at the same time, they have to make the competitive scene really strong. Because like the Magic's golden era, every like Friday or Saturday they had like the streams on the official events, and thousands of people joined in the streams, and that's something that Disney, Lorcana should definitely consider doing, because that will invite like watchability for just casual players and make the scenes really strong. And cash prize is the way to go, because if you make an event for like in a city that you have to travel to, and your pricing is like a switch, it's like the plane ticket and everything you're kind of investing into. It's fun, I get it, but like for the competitive end players, it's just not worth it. And that's just, we have to kind of unfortunately transition the other card players to kind of get into Disney or Kana to kind of invest in and get more people.
You think the money will attract those players?
I do think so. And also, like, people would, I was like, I want to win $2,000. I want to win 18 booster boxes. The big money makes people want to be like, I might not win, but why not? And I think
I guess really big money would make people do that. But I feel also on the same token, it could bring maybe some of the wrong crowd. But I guess that's going to be everywhere, right?
I think that's going to be everywhere. At the end of the day, like, the competitor players that are already killing it in Lorcana, like Zach Bivens, he's a Pokemon background. He was a very competitive Pokemon player. So people like that are already coming in, and they're killing it out there. And I think more of that wouldn't really hurt. But that type of crowd will come in either way, so might as well make it more enticing.
Yeah, I think it's a big thing we noticed recently with Pokemon when they upped their pricing, which is why, like we were talking, like you said, you went from Yu-Gi-Oh to Pokemon. I think a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players started shifting to Pokemon when they upped their cash pricing, or just for the cash pricing, because it's one thing that a lot of people are interested in. I do think the first I think the first couple, I don't even know if the first year. I just think like for a while, some of their events should be kind of how they do not locals, but like how they want to do their bigger things with like the Stitch Enchanted. I think like doing some special enchanteds along with a little bit of cash prizing is what kind of makes it chaseable for the people who are really into the game, instead of just, I mean, not that just straight cash isn't bad, but I think being able to have something like an enchanted card or something a little lower above an enchanted, like the D100 cards, where you can have something you want to fight for the money wise, but then have something to say, hey, I won, look at this cool card, which I think One Piece does. They have like winner cards and stuff like that.
I really like the Stitch Enchanted. I think it's gorgeous, but it's going to be so hard to get. It's almost like you just don't imagine yourself having it. Oh, I guess you do, right? That's how you do well, but I feel like it depends on how big these are, how common, if it's like a city thing or if it's a more regionals level thing. That if there's a lot of them, then you can just kind of like grind your way to getting one. I think that would be exciting. And again, it depends on how they do points. A lot of people want a point system. Again, simple or similar to Pokemon, where you've done a certain number of regionals and then now you can qualify for Worlds.
I agree. I mentioned that too. But the Pokemon's point system is, I think, the best method of like getting competitive, like the way they do the world invitations and stuff is like, I think the best way. So when I mentioned that in the other the podcast I was part of, I think that we all kind of agreed into that, and I think that was like the best way. And I always was amazed to hear like the Pokemon's way, because it was so much easier in the sense of like if you really want to grind it, you can.
Mm.
And I think consistency paid off rather than just like one really really good day, and that was really nice to see.
Yeah, you just kind of like brute force your way into it. I see what you're
Yeah,
saying.
it's just grind it out, because like big events, you never know what your day's gonna look like. Matchups are important, your draws are important. So like one bad day, it shouldn't really kick you out of a chance
Yeah.
for bigger event. You should be like, okay, I had a bad time. I'll go somewhere else, get top 16, and then another event top 16, rather than like, oh, top four, and then
Hmm.
you're good, and then you don't have to worry about it. I think that's just gives more opportunity for like more consistent players. And like, see, I'd rather have someone constantly top 16 than get a top four once and be good.
Okay. I like that as well, actually. I think that's a really good point. Kind of shows, oh, you didn't just have, like you said, that one good day,
Yeah.
and the cards were just, the heart of the cards was yours.
All the
It's,
matchups was your favorite. It
yeah,
happens, it happens often. So
I
it's just
believe you, but it's never
it,
happened to me.
it
So, what are you currently playing in real life? What's your in real life built deck?
My paper deck, I'm gonna probably get like people get mad at me, but I am playing Steel Sapphire right now.
I love that. That's also one of mine.
I'm blinging in now. I'm getting my popsicles foiled out. It's just the deck that I really like playing in person right now,
I
just
am
because
with you.
Emerald. I always wanted to play Emerald constantly, but like it's just this card is not my style. And
Hmm.
Green Fossa is really fun. That's the deck I play to my casual league. But right now, if I when I'm going to locals to try to win my games, I'm bringing that deck because it's so versatile. It has great matchups against the meta right now, and it's just a really fun deck to play as well.
I've been playing a very similar list to what I was seeing you play online on Friday night on Twitch,
Mm.
and it's stunning how that's really been kind of working its way into the meta. And it really, you hadn't seen any Sapphire decks for quite some time, and then it just, I wouldn't say out
Well,
of nowhere, but it just kind of really solidified itself as a solid deck, and it's fun in that.
right. It
So you say
disappeared.
you have a local scene? Is it you have a casual scene and then you have like a competitive scene, or?
Yeah, so that's why it's always confusing to me when I hear the conversation of like competitive, casual league and all that stuff. Because my league every Wednesday, it's like I have play sets of the season two promos, because if you just show up, you get your 40 points, and you're
Yeah.
good. You don't like you don't have to care about winning. You just show up, play the games, lose, win doesn't matter. As long as you get your 10 points, you can get out of there. And it's like from like 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock, and like the place really is super kind, and they have plenty of pricing, and you can just play whatever. You actually have to play the points, the funky ones in the bonus points. You can actually
Oh
get those,
yeah,
and
yeah.
that's what it matters. You can like lose every single game, but if you hit all that, get your 10 points, you're good for the week, and you get your rewards. It doesn't matter if you go X3. And then for Saturdays, that's where they do their traditional tournaments, and that's where you pay and you play your competitive stuff. And the pricing there is just packed, so they actually follow the official Lorcana league, where it's like win 2 points, lose 1 point, and then if you get the bonuses, go crazy. And
Yeah.
there's no limit in how many games you're supposed to play. You just play 10 games if you want to, if you can fit it in the hours you spend. So as long as you put your hours in, you get your profits. So that's my scene in where I go to. I get my local fun, my competitive fun, and then I go to a different, actually a different store that I go to. They do pods, so it's multiplayer. So that's even
Oh.
more casual. That they do giveaways on, like, as long as you get 10 points or whatever, you are automatically registered into the random giveaway they do at the end of it. So most of the time, you are actually getting the promos as well,
Oh wow.
because
Okay.
sometimes they just walk around and give it to people because you just showed up. And for me, that's just that's why whenever that conversation comes up, for me, it's like I don't have that, so I don't really get it, but I understand the issue. But for me, it's league, just super casual. So for me, I'm actually enjoying all of that.
Oh yeah, you get a little taste of all of it. I think that's
Yeah,
great.
exactly.
How are the age ranges there? Is they're like, you seeing it's just as effectively your quote unquote normal TCG crowd, or are you seeing like some of the older
No,
people, younger people playing?
a little bit of both. Like the pod nights on pod days on Saturdays. Sometimes I go to that one. It's literally it's families, it's couples, it's just bunch of friends. It's all age ranges,
Nice.
kids, old people. And then the other Wednesday is also that it's like a smaller crowd, but it ranges from it's kids show up, the regular TCG players show up, and then like just people that just only play Lorcana show up, like me. So I think we have a little bit of a big range when it comes to that. A lot of couples show up, which is really cool.
That is cool. I really like. To that effect. I've been seeing more women playing in a couple of our leagues too, which is it's cool to see as well. That it's kind of attracting everybody.
Yeah, it's fantastic that we're getting the woman involved in the card game, because like
Yeah.
from my past experience, unfortunately they get shunned out and they don't want to play card games because it's like what happens in the community. So it's been very very positive of an experience, and that's why this game is like honestly the best.
I'm absolutely with you on that. It seems like that easy outlet, that IP that people can gravitate toward. And you're right, there are younger people, there's older people, there's women, there's just like a nice just amalgam of all the people that can possibly be involved in a thing. And I think it's because it's based in Disney. Everybody, everybody. That's a loose comment, but lots of people have love for Disney, and you just can access all of those different individuals. It's like this fantastic.
Right, exactly.
So I know you love Kuzco, and I know that it's not a surprise to anyone. But
what? How did you know this? Wait a minute. Hold on. What do you mean?
A little birdie told me this one. This is new information. Hot off the presses.
Crazy. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, I'm listening.
How much do you like that he's actually in competitive decks? Like I'm seeing him in a majority of the Ruby Amethyst list. They have the purple one, and I'm seeing him in Lemon Lion.
You have no idea the excitement I had the last the free the pack event that happened, where the finals was a green faucet deck, and Ruby Amethyst. I was so excited. It's one of the best things I'm seeing, because he disappeared for a bit. He disappeared. The first month or two, first month of the set two, he kind of disappeared out of the meta game, and I was like, oh no, this is terrible. And then the events come out, and the Green Foster shows out, and then Kuzco, the llama card, is like actually one of the best 2-drops in that deck.
Yeah.
And it's really cool to see the llama be played, and it makes me really really happy. And I'm glad that it's a common, so it's not expensive, so I can buy like 100 of them and no problem. It'd be like $1. Who knows? It's really cool. Not that saying I've ever done that. Why would I do that? But it's so nice. It's just a really cool card. It doesn't really flavor match it, honestly, the Amethyst one, but it's very exciting that it's a draw card that Amethyst players are loving, so I can be loud and excited about it all the time.
Did you notice in the background of the purple Kuzco is Yzma's little running hut?
Yes, you just see the little. Yes, it's so nice. It's such a cool card. I love it.
It's just looking at it while you're saying it. Sorry. What were you saying, Ant?
I was gonna tell Ybreezy about your you had a lot of fun during set 1 trying to get a hold of Kuzcos for the longest time.
Oh god, yes. I had pretty much 4 of every card in set 1 except for 0 Kuzcos, because everybody was trading them from me at like $19-$20. I'm like, this is just a rare. It's only sure. I could just never hold on to them. And then finally I started like dabbling more in Emerald, and I just couldn't get them at all. I had to eventually just break down and order them on TCG Player. I just
gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, it was rough when they were like $15-$20. I won't lie.
It was now you can scoop them up for about $2, which is nice.
And a cent for the other one. It's really fun.
So other than Emperor's New Groove, did you have any other big Disney movies that you love?
Disney movies, yeah. I'm a big Nightmare Before Christmas guy.
All right.
It's that's like my wish list number one. There, we'll get into that probably later. But um, yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas. I love Tangled and Moana as well. Moana is like one of my comfort movies I watch when
Moana's fantastic. I'm with
when
you.
like I just whenever I'm not feeling, it's just one of those blue days. You just turn that on and The Rock starts rapping at you, and you're like, I'm the happiest guy of all time.
I'm ready to go. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. It's fantastic. So yeah, I think those three, like it's on like my constant like just background rotation movies that I really watch.
Anthony, did you tell him?
I didn't. I was just about to tell him.
Oh man, I have to sit down for this. So hold on. All right, now I'm sitting. Go ahead.
Okay.
So as much as I've done, the Kuzco poster, and I've basically lived vicariously through you for this Kuzco thing, I've never seen Emperor's New Groove.
All right, guys, it was nice having you here.
Yeah, right.
What do you mean you've never seen it? Whoa! This is worse than a breakup. What just happened?
I know.
What's going on? How have you not seen one of the greatest movies of all time?
I can at least counteract that by saying I saw it in the movie theater.
Oh wow,
I'm an old man.
A movie about a snarky man who goes through a journey with a friend to find what kindness and humbleness looks like. It's a beautiful journey, and you need to watch it. You've got to do yourself a favor.
There's a lot of Disney movies, and me and Rob realized this when we started the podcast that I haven't seen.
It was my mistake, Breezy.
You got to Clockwork Orange him to watching Emperor's New Groove.
Exactly.
You got to have the eyes open. Yep, and you'll have a good time.
I was gonna say most of them.
Right?
I haven't seen Ray and the Last Dragon's newer. I haven't seen Sleeping Beauty. I haven't seen Treasure Planet. I haven't seen.
We're losing all of our credibility with this.
Yeah. Whoa. No, he's seen it, guys. No, don't worry. This is a bit. This is a bit.
Got you.
Got you. Fooled you.
Man.
How could you not see?
He's probably seen every episode of Dragon Ball Z in the world, but he can't watch an hour and a half awesome movie.
Actually, the end of Dragon Ball Z, I watched abridged. But yes, the amount of episodes I've watched of Z, I probably could have watched Emperor's New Groove 10 times.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
And every time it would have been better than all the episodes you would have been watching in that time.
I will admit, I have also seen every episode of Rick and Morty. So
my God. All right. So this is all a bit, guys. This was all jokes. It's not true. He's seen all of the Disney movies. Wow.
I know. Can you what do you suggest I do? Because I need your help with this.
Clockwork Orange him is what my
next time you did. Why do I have to come over so early for the cast? Oh, we're trying a couple of other little things. I want you to figure this out with me.
It's like we're gonna watch all of the greatest movies of all time, and you're gonna love it. Also, Prince and the Frog. How can I not mention that? It's like one of my favorite movies. Well, I'm from there.
I have seen that one.
Friends on the Other Side is like actually the greatest Disney song of all time.
Keith David.
My God. Oh my God. I met him. I got a card signed by him. One of the greatest times of all time. It's incredible. I'm from there.
I have such jealousy. I love that. Speaking of Rick and Morty, quickly, I love that he's the voice of the presidents. So perfect.
So good.
Oh man. So how did you meet him?
MegaCon. I met him. Yeah, he was there like this weekend.
Oh man.
Rob's a little jealous.
I said that out loud. So you were talking about how Nightmare Before Christmas is one of your favorite movies, and I love that would just that universe becoming cards would be insane.
Locations, items.
Oh yeah, it would be like Oogie Boogie's lair.
Oh my God, Oogie Boogie is like one of my favorite characters of all time. His song is also one of my favorite songs of all time.
Yes.
And oh my God, yes.
I'm still kind of shocked we didn't get Nightmare Before Christmas in Set 2 because Set 2 came out so close to Halloween. I thought like that would have been a perfect instead
of any sort of outside of the main like campus movies. That's why there hasn't been a taste of Pixar.
Yeah. Well, Nightmare Before Christmas is It's still Disney.
It's still Disney, yeah, but it's not like
But
they're one of their clay. I don't even think they have a claymation studio. It was just they worked with Tim Burton on this one thing.
I was gonna say it's labeled under Disney on
Right, it's a Disney property.
And they
it's
not
labeled
a
under
Nightmare
Disney
Before
on...
Christmas ride or anything like that.
But they merch it like crazy.
Yeah.
Actually, no, that's not true. In a haunted mansion, I believe in Tokyo, for Halloween, they actually change it to be Nightmare Before Christmas themed.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
that's actually pretty cool.
I'm not sure if it's actually Tokyo, but one of the haunted mansions, not in Orlando, actually switches it up. It might be California or Tokyo. One of them actually switches up to be Nightmare Before Christmas around Halloween, Christmas area. Yeah.
Oh wow!
So they do have a little bit of it. They tease it, but they never actually have full ride. But I don't know why, but the merch is everywhere. I
mean, you can get an entire outfit that is. You can get the shoes, the socks, the pants, the underwear, probably the bra. A shirt, a coat, a hat, and a scarf, and it's all Nightmare Before Christmas.
Absolutely, yeah. And
they do know how to really just milk that. And that how old is that? Are you looking right at it? And when did this come out? Like 95?
I can Google it.
Well, anyone can Google it. So with that being said, while he's looking that up, what is another IP that you definitely want to see in Lurkana?
Oh, that's tough. IP. I mean, we're not counting Pixar, I'm assuming, right?
No, you can. If there's a Pixar, Pixar's a general one, but that's the one I want the most. To be completely honest, I want a friggin' Dory card. That would be awesome.
I mean, Monsters Inc. is like that would be the one.
Oh yes. Mike was
like my love for Kuzco runs deep, but Sully, it was my actual childhood. Like I watched Monsters Inc. as a kid over and over again, and it's almost. And my love for him is as deep as Kuzco, and like I would love to see that. And Brave as well. I would love to see Brave.
Nice. Merida just shooting arrows and stuff. Something about evasive.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm surprised they haven't brought an actual archer into a game that's like about fighting.
Right. I'm sad that they have. I mean, there's so much stuff that they can use already, and we'll talk about that later. But I'm really hoping for is like up or just something off the wall a little bit, but something you can have so much fun. Like that location, the house. Like, what would you do with that? It can move to other people. I don't know.
There's so much you can do. Yeah.
But what about something you don't want to see?
Wally.
Oh heck yeah.
Oh, that yes. The people mover.
Nice. So if you like, I'll tell you mine. I don't want to see Star Wars or Marvel. That's a whole separate thing that I know Disney bought, but that doesn't need to be in this game. And I'm scared that if it gets to a weird popularity where we need to pull in that extra crowd, that they might dip into that, and that would be sad.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. They're already releasing a Star Wars card game, so I hope they just kind of separate that.
I would hope.
And they have Marvel Snap, so I think we're safe for a while.
Yeah, I agree.
That's true. I also, of things that they've already made, I want more Wreck-It Ralph. That is...
Yes.
That is...
Absolutely. I think that's a general consensus right now. I posted about that earlier on Twitter.
I did see that. I saw your post where you're so clever with... I'm so glad that you're doing work at work. I'm so busy with all of my patients that I don't have time to make Wreck-It Ralph Twitter X posts.
I'm off today. Today's my school day.
Oh, so you were doing schoolwork on...
Yeah.
Posting real content, like making Kuzcos here.
Yeah, I'm doing something with my life.
So, 2 important questions, right? Rapid fire. Number 1, what's your thought on Whole New World?
Love it.
Okay, that's good.
Not that I play it, but I'm not biased or anything, but it wins you games if you play it in the right time. It's game wrecking.
It loses you games if you play it in the wrong time.
Exactly, and it kind of dies in your hand if you don't want to play it. It's a really good card. Do I think it's balanced? That I would like to plead the 5th on.
Ooh.
But it is definitely one of the staples that will win you games.
I want to quickly take a segue to a different 5 cost song that you just made me think of. What's your opinion on the new Genie song that slips my mind right now? Friend Like Me.
Not great.
Okay, good. I
I
also
think
thought that
it's
was not great.
and people were like excited about it, but I read it. I was like, this is you never want to give your opponent more resources like
And
that.
they get it, so it comes into play exerted, so they're the first person to be able to use it.
Yeah, it's just why would you gift it to them?
That
Like
seems
that's not great.
terrible. I don't know if they're trying to make some ultra milling strategy or something, but it just seems bad.
No, yeah, I agree. I
Even
agree
singing
heavily.
it is not, you're not getting enough out of it.
Yeah, three. It's just if it was maybe unexerted, different conversation. But the
Sure.
fact that it's exerted, it's like it's useless this turn, and then you're just giving your opponent technically four because they're gonna ink as well.
Yeah.
So like four, and if they're playing ramp already, I mean that could they give them a +5, and then they whole new world, and your game is done basically. Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't want that. I
Seems
don't think
good.
it's a good card. Yeah.
So Mickey Mouse Detective versus Winnie the Pooh having a think.
I love Detective. Detective is great. It doesn't die in your hand if you're playing like I'm exclusively thinking what I'm playing. So
Mm-hmm.
when I have a Detective, and usually it's always next to a quill, it's just free ink, and it just offers you one guaranteed free ink, and I rather have a guaranteed than maybe not get one. All right. Well, yeah, no, Smash. Smash is a card that exists, and a lot of steals in the game right now, and Winnie
Yeah.
the Pooh will
Yeah.
immediately die. So it's just one of those things where I'd rather have that guaranteed, like I said, and I'd
I
rather
feel
have
like
the
playing against
one
any other color though, it's just the better play because you're still getting the same
amount.
ink because comes into play active with Winnie the
Yeah.
Pooh. So
If
you
if it was
can.
any other meta, I would definitely agree. But if you're not
Yeah,
playing Ruby Amethyst, you're playing S Steel.
you're right. You're
This
right.
this card, and it's just one of those things. I get it though. If you could like side deck, those would be the ones I transition. But
Yeah,
there's none,
for
so
sure.
it's just I rather take my guaranteed.
So next question: most underrated card.
Ooh, okay. So this one's actually interesting because I'm dabbling in this card right now.
Okay.
The Floodborn Gaston. It's a six
Oh,
drop.
the
It
intellectual powerhouse.
Yes, the smart boy himself. He's
Yeah.
really solid. It's a six, so he's a good body on it, and its ability is actually really strong. And I've been really seeing a little bit of success with it because like
Hmm.
it's a big body, and it's really good being able to know what you're getting, especially like. I mean, you already wield a lot, so being able to kind of control what you're gonna get, especially if you have like the rat to pop your popsicle to draw two, you can get
Hmm.
the two cards you
The
really
rat.
want. So it's been kind of nice. Like it's not like a four of, but like if you want a little spice, sometimes you can definitely do that one. And the other one is Hercules. I know Zach Biven's kind of been loving that card, but I like the Hercules,
The
the
which
Floodborn,
Hercules?
the
Oh, the
The
Floodborn.
one that
6/3.
got an enchanted.
Oh,
It's
rub that
really
in
really.
Anthony's face. That's the only thing he ever talks about whenever we do our stonk reviews. How much money he lost selling that card.
uh, yeah, those two I think are underrated. They see a little bit of play, but not enough, and I think they're fun. And whenever Zach says the card's good, you kind of gotta listen to
That's fair. So here's a very important question. What color is the next broom going to be?
Okay. To be fair, I think with the locations, I think it's gonna be Emerald, and it's gonna be
Ooh.
able to move because from what the Peter Pans and stuff like that, I think Emerald's gonna have that moving left right
Okay.
type of situation.
Okay.
I think
Like
the
a
broom
free
is gonna be.
movement with the broom.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be like this card can move for free if another broom is in the game or stuff like that, or like a
Oh, I
locations
like
play
that.
can move for free, stuff like that. I think that's gonna be the broom. It's gonna be cheaper one, maybe like a 2-3 cost with not a lot of power, but I think it will offer that like movement thing because I think that's gonna be the theme.
My prediction is it's going to turn for two. You're going to be able to quest
Ooh,
for two with it. It's going to
ooh,
You
be
don't
like
quest for two, Rob. You turn
four.
for two.
I said turn for two first. Listen.
okay.
It's gonna cost I think four. I doubt five. Five doesn't feel right,
Too
but it's gonna be
much.
a four cost 2/4. It's gonna turn for
Ooh.
two, and it's gonna be amber.
Okay, yeah, that sounds. I like a that will match because like lanterns and stuff
Oh
like that, so
yeah,
you can play around the same turn as the other brooms. But
yeah.
cheated out a little bit because that's like kind of the Amber's like other personality it has like alongside healing is like being able to cheat out cards earlier with lanterns, and now we got the Mana Dorkin Pluto stuff
Hmm.
like that. So yeah.
So, what is your ultimate opinion so far on locations or locations as I continue?
Ooh, the locations. I like that a lot, actually. Wow. Why? Yeah, they should call that locations. Yeah, no, I mean, we have seen what, like half of them already, because there's
Yeah,
in
just
total
about.
18. They're okay. I mean, we're gonna get the vanilla ones. All we already know the
Yeah,
six
get those out of the
six of
way.
them are vanillas. I will do a little riot if one of them is Cuscotopia, just a side thing. But um, yeah, the other ones are fine. I don't necessarily see them being too crazy, but what is gonna make or break are the cards that interact with location. I
Yes,
think
completely
cards like
agree.
the Voyage that we got for one is
Mm,
like, I think, popsicle levels of interesting in the sense of this card might be one of the better
okay.
cards of the one drop. It's not going to be the turn one best card, obviously, because we have nothing to
Yeah,
move. But
yeah.
like late game, unfortunately, it's a ruby. So like, if they bring like a Mufasa Amber Ruby, you can move your cards that don't want to die into Tiana's place. And I think that's like a
Oh.
nice little combo you can do. And there's options, and I think that's gonna what make or break those locations, the combos that might come up with cards that actually move them around.
Mm. I think one of the things I like about locations is their willpower,
Mm,
because they're just these big present things. Now, yeah, some of them it's 4 or 5, but there's 6, 7, 8. They're bigger numbers, so they're staying there, and your opponent has to send things at it and turn them sideways when they normally just wouldn't, because they need to get it off the field, and I think it's going to open up a lot of lines of play. And that's one of the things that I think, as it becomes just a staple of, oh, what location are you running in your deck? You're
mm,
like, oh, this one works better with this one, or you can just revolve it around those. But I feel like a majority of the decks are going to have their own location that they kind of play off of that does the strategy. I'm scared to see what the Ruby Amethyst location is going to be, but
well,
it's not going to be good.
terrifying. Yeah, it's gonna be scary. And the art's on them, by the way, like incredible. The Ville Manor is one of my favorite arts.
Mm, yeah.
It encapsulates everything about the place. It
Yep.
encapsulates the
Car.
character, even without being in the character in the game. In the game, it's so beautiful. They all
Mm.
are phenomenal, and like I'm so excited. Not excited that I have to break my neck to read my cards, and it's gonna probably obviously tell my opponent that hey, he has a location, but it's okay.
Yes, that's going to be hard for every time you see somebody just tilt their head, they have a location in their
Oh,
hand.
okay, great.
It's
So do
telling.
we think there's gonna be any enchanted
Yeah,
Ooh.
Cuscotopia. Yeah,
locations?
yeah,
Because I was
Cuscotopia.
gonna say, in
Yeah.
why will it be Cuscotopia?
Because Ravensburger knows what sells, and they obviously know.
Yeah.
They obviously know good taste, and they have seen the movie, unlike someone else, and
Oh, yeah.
and they know
True.
what they know what they know what it's gonna do. But yeah, no, I think I would like to believe eventually we will. I doubt we will get one this set
I
because
hope we don't get one this set. To be honest, I do love the idea of these locations, but first off, if you're gonna make a sideways uh, enchanted card, I'm not even sure how that would work. Uh,
I think they
I,
can.
I, I don't. It feels like it's the realm of characters in this. Maybe the odd item, like the sword and the stone, I could see maybe having one, but
Mm.
it's I can't see
It'll
it.
be
I
cool if they
hope
had
it's
the
not the
characters
case.
in it though. You know, like in like the Ville Manor, it's not gonna get one obviously as a common. But like
Hmm.
imagine like Cruella was in it, like looking all cool, and like it was
Okay.
just I think locations have like that aspect of like you can add the characters into the art, and now you have a even cooler location looking thing where like let's say it's Elsa's castle, and Elsa is just like in the middle of it, just looking like insanely cool, and I think
Hmm.
that would work. I think you're right. I
That's
think the
good to me.
characters need to be in the art, so that's why I think adding them into the location wouldn't hurt.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so I know you're on your Kuzco watch for a new Kuzco card, and the only reason I don't think we're getting a new one in this set is because Ravensburger's been keeping up with the Twitter scene, or at least the content creator scene, and has given a lot of content creators cards to reveal, and they didn't
would have
give you
given you the
one,
Kuzco
and they
first.
would have given you the Kuzco. So
True.
I don't think we're getting one this set. I
Oh,
think if we were getting one, it would have been revealed by you.
Don't say it right to him.
My 2 cents on that topic is I don't know how or why, like I don't know the qualifications, and that's fine. But I will say, if I don't get a Cusco card, I won't be upset. Like, I'm okay. I love all content creators.
Yes.
But I know people will, and that's on Ravensburger. It's not like do me, but like if you don't, Twitter's gonna have questions. Is what I have to say about
Yeah.
Ravensburgers. Like, why
own
didn't
the
you
next
pick the
Kuzco
guy?
for sure.
Like, I would like to believe Steve is like, oh, we have a Cusco card coming. Who's in the list? If I'm not, Twitter's gonna be upset. Not
Twitter
me.
hearing this, we're just going to be
Yeah.
telling them, be sure to just advocate for the Kuzco reveal for Ybreezy. Everybody's going to be in your back. Just tell everybody to listen to this. Tell everybody to vote Ybreezy. I vote yes for Ybreezy.
Vote me 2024. Running for emperor.
Running for emperor. So we had thought of this, format. We talked about the stories format that I was telling you on Friday. 2 questions. One is the most important. The second one is the least important. First is, will you be in our tournament on February 9th for stories format? You have time.
Ooh,
it's a Friday.
That's a good question. Is it nighttime?
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Ooh, I get out of work at 6.
We can make it. We can tell the world that it's a little bit later to give you a slot.
We can do that.
Oh, I would love to do that. I was gonna stream that day too, so
do it on stream.
That's what I'm thinking now. Ooh. I mean, I know my 1 and potentially 2 already. So
okay.
The stories might already. I mean, one of them is kind of a giveaway. The other one, I'm gonna keep low.
Again, I think that's a solid play. That's a solid play.
Yeah. But
and what do you think about the format in general? I think it's a good idea for casual. I'm trying to reel in those casual players. I really love these 2 movies. Here's a deck.
I love it. It's very casual friendly, like you said, and it offers like that aspect of like I'm playing with my favorite cards, and I think that's such an important feel for any card game to have. Like, that's why, in Yu-Gi-Oh! You see a lot of those, like, what we call the Yu-Gi boomers, where they'll only play Dark Magician decks. And I get it. So it will have that aspect, but it's casual, so it's fine. And you just have to enjoy your time. And, it's just I really like the format. And it's one of those formats that's only going to get better the more this game continues. And there's so much promise in that. Like, and like, similar to Commander, it's like, oh, I'm waiting for this tribal card to come out.
Yes.
It's going to be the same thing. And that also is a good excitement to have in a card game. It's like every Magic the Gathering set, I'm like, oh, is there any mushroom cards for my Slimefoot deck that I want to play? Can I just switch something up?
Michael F.
So, it's just one of those things. And I think that's really good. And I haven't played any, but like from what I'm thinking to build already, it's going to be fun. And I'm excited.
Every single time they print a kill spell, I'm like, all right, now that story has a kill spell, and that's going to be useful later on. It's very exciting as every single card gets revealed, and I've not worked on the master list again because I don't have time. Yeah. But when the set gets dropped, I'm going to put it all back in there, and you can just see just the stretch of different ideas, and just playing with all the different colors is super fun on Pixelborn because it says right on the bottom, invalid deck in huge letters. But it's just letting you know that you're playing with some silliness. But it's gotten a lot of traction. My son loves it. He just keeps trying to figure out which movies he wants to do. And I said, you tell me the 2 movies, I'll make you a deck. And it just kind of keeps him into it, and it's a lot of fun. I've been enjoying it. I'm glad you're gonna try to make a part of it.
Yeah, I saw the signups when I was like kind of looking at the master list because I was like, what other movie should I have? And I was I'm definitely interested, and the deck theory is coming.
So this one is a personal question. Do you mind if I ask you?
of course. I already get too personal on Twitter every time I get sappy, so of course.
What is the feeling in your soul and in your bones when you actually open an enchanted card out of a pack?
Ooh, so picture Christmas Day, right? You're
Okay.
about
In there.
like 10 years old,
Mhm.
and in one of the boxes, it's the thing that you've been wanting the entire year.
Oh my god, I want that thing.
That's the feeling with a lot of screaming.
Ah.
That's the feeling, and it's beautiful. Um, yeah, and also it's the same feeling if you do pack out like a foil Tragic Beast. Same thing.
Oh, that's
But
also
yeah.
true. I did open
Or
got a beast recently, but I asked this to you because I wanted to live vicariously through that experience for you. Because I believe I am over 250 right now, something around there. And the world owes me several enchanteds at this
It's
point.
coming. Chapter 3 is
So
yours.
I just want to know what it feels like. It's the first
So
time because I've opened exactly one in my entire Lorcana career. It was my, as I explained before, my 25th pack. I opened a box and there was not one in there, and then I had a starter deck and it was in the starter deck, which is a
oh,
cool place for one to be. But I'm like, oh, they can't be that rare if there's one in a starter deck, and never saw another one from the history of me playing this game.
they unfortunately are too rare. I own a few. I only packed four of them,
That's still
and
that's pretty good.
only two of them have been in a box. And I opened a lot of boxes, so it's rare. It's
Yeah.
unfortunately rare. I think at one point I was close to the 200 mark, so it was pretty
Okay,
cool.
so so it's
I had a
really gonna
drought.
feel like Christmas morning when it happens.
It's really good because like the thing is, it's shiny. You see it because like if
Oh,
you open the pack a little improperly, the pack moves a little bit, and
yeah.
then like that sparkle gets you, and you're like,
Oh
oh my
my
god,
god.
oh my god, this
Angles,
get the
the
camera, mom,
tangles.
get the camera, mom, get the camera. It's the same thing. It's literally the same thing, and it's really it's a feeling, man. It's
I
such a good
want that
feeling.
for me. I
Yeah,
want that for everybody, but me
everyone
first.
deserves all the enchanted.
notoriously, Rob has terrible luck when it comes to opening cards.
That's true. That's
Mm,
super true.
So it's been what, probably four. I'm trying to think how long it's been that I could say since I've seen you open like a really rare card.
I don't.
It's probably since you pulled that Maui.
That's you weren't there for that, but yes, that's.
I wasn't there for that, but yeah.
you're
I
wrong.
don't. I don't. I don't pull things like that. It's. I live to watch other people do it, and I'm excited when other people do it. I really am. But there's a core of my being that seethes. It's just like why. I would like that feeling.
Yeah.
I want to experience that adrenaline and those endorphins and that dopamine. I want it all. But
Yeah.
no,
No.
that's it's. I apologize. I know that's a personal question. I just really
Oh
needed to.
no, I thought you were gonna get more person. This is fine.
Oh no, this is too early. So I have created a list for you, as we had talked before.
Yes.
So these are my wish cards. I went a little crazier than I wanted to. So I
We
only
love
stuck
crazy.
with your
We
20
love
number like
crazy.
you asked. But I went a little into it. Are you ready for this?
I am so ready.
So number 1 is Mushu.
Musha report has to be the one, and we need it now.
It's Mushu diminutive dragon. And your princesses gain +1 willpower.
Ooh, all princesses.
Yes, just straight up princesses.
Ooh, okay, I like that little Duke like thing.
Yes, it's a Duke on the wrong side, but still, it's a cheap. It's gonna have a shift target probably.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Uh, quick question for my next 3. What is your opinion on Zootopia?
I've seen it once. It's fine.
Oh no, just fine. That is that is a high up on the list for me. That is
Okay.
it's a very well made movie in a lot of ways. So
I gotta
I will.
rewatch it.
So number 2 is Officer Clawhauser, who's the guy up
Okay.
front. It's Chatty
Yeah.
Cheetah. and
Okay.
his ability isn't Gazelle the greatest, and it can exert him to keep something else exerted.
Okay. Nice.
Next one is Flash 100-yard dash, which is the sloth.
Mm-hmm.
He's a rush 2-4. And the
Best.
last one is Assistant Mayor Bellwether. But I had 3 different names, and you have to tell me which one you like the most, okay?
Okay.
Assistant Mayor Bellwether, excuse me. Lying Little Lamb. Is it Mutton Mastermind or Sheep Charlatan?
Oh, sheep Charlatan for sure.
Yeah.
I think Ravensburger loves calling like fancy adjectives, and that's perfect.
Oh yeah, they do a lot of. Most of these have alliteration because that's one of their favorite things to do, and that's
Yeah.
something that I really enjoy myself.
Yes.
This is how Rob gets a call from Ravensburger to come design cards.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, I get it. Put that resume on lock. Yeah.
Well, Mayor Bellwether has. You know, you don't know Magic, so has fight that you can make 2 things challenge each other.
Okay. No, I know fight.
Oh, okay.
I had Ayula as my commander for a bit. Fun fact.
Oh, okay.
Bears. I like bears.
So the next 3 are all from the same movie. First one is Vanellope von Schweet. Princess Vanellope
Needs
von
to be a
Schweet.
Frogborn.
Spunky Speedster. She has you exert her to do Sugar Rush to give something else rush.
Okay, that's solid.
I think that it's really that any card that doesn't have to be her, but any card that does that, which will eventually be in the set, is going to be crazy because just no matter what you put down, you can just swing with it that turn. Just smack something in the face with a Surfer Stitch, like.
And we've seen what Fox is doing already, so.
Yeah, it's just whatever. It's you play a dragon, pop something, and then give the dragon rush.
Bam, 5. Good luck.
So anyway. 6 is Wreck-It Ralph, Fists of Friendship. And when he enters play or quests, you can banish your own character to draw 2.
Ooh, so like the rat, but
it's like the rat, but for characters, yeah.
Oh, oh my god, that's kind of crazy. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Because you're always gonna have characters,
and you can banish like cards like Grandma.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm in love with this card.
Yeah, that's a silver legend. I would guess.
Oh, give me that. Give me that now.
7 is Fix It Felix, hero with a hammer.
Okay.
And he returns an item from discard to play. He's just like a small version of Tamatoa.
Ooh. Okay. So is it just when he comes to play, not just comes and quests?
No. I'm sorry. That was on Exert. I read that wrong. On Exert, he can return an item from discard.
Okay, so it is just like smaller. Okay.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It's the Winnie the Pooh of returning items from the discard pile.
I like it.
So by that virtue, we're gonna have to give him 3 willpower so he can get smashed.
Sag.
So the next one is Darkwing Duck, the terror that flaps in the night.
Okay.
He's got Evasive and Let's Get Dangerous, which is you can pay 1 lore to attack with him twice.
Oh, okay. Oh, using lore as a resource is like, ooh, okay. I love that. That's such a good idea.
I think that's eventually going to be a thing as well. 9 is Launchpad McQuack, practically a pilot. He has Solid Landing, which is he gains 1 willpower for every 2 ink you have in the inkwell.
Okay, that's gonna make me do math, but sure.
That's true. Just have to put a counter on him for people that don't want to divide.
I already want like an ink. Yeah, no, math is gonna be tough, but we need the counters then. Sure.
So 10 is Monstro. Do you know who that is?
Monstro is the what? Isn't it the bad guy? No.
He is the whale from Pinocchio.
Oh, why did I always think it was like just Moby Dick?
Nope, that's Monstro.
I never knew how to name that.
He does. So that's Monstro Whopper of a Whale, and he has Arrest from Magic, which is you effectively will remove a character from the game while he's still there, and when he's gone, it comes back into play.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Which makes sense
Just because it eats it. Yeah. Okay.
This was a shout out for Anthony. This is Pleakley, who's from Lilo and Stitch. Cycloptic conservationist, which is fun to say.
Mm-hmm.
As long as he's exerted whenever a character of yours is banished, you can return one from your discard to your hand.
Okay. I would think there's like Jumba synergy there, but
yeah. Sure. Jumba doesn't have much, so I'm waiting for Jumba to have something more to do with.
One card.
Right.
And it's forever useless, but yeah.
So the only thing I have for this next card is that it's Amethyst. I don't know what to do with it, but Pocahontas needs a card.
Oh yeah, it needs like a challenge effect of some kind.
Ooh, I like that.
Because like she's a fighter, she's a warrior. She needs to have like, or like a discovery thing, like a cauldron effect type of deal.
Yeah. So painting with the colors of the wind, you can just look at the top 3 or something like that.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
That.
13, I'm hoping, is in this next set because there's supposed to be a cycle of Hey Heys. I think I'm going for the third Hey Hey. It's Hey Hey True Hearted. It's an Emerald Hey Hey. And actually, the art is him swallowing the heart of Tafiti. I know you're a guy, so
yeah.
And so that as long you can exert him, and as long as he's exerted, opponents can't gain lore.
Oh wow, the heart is definitely in there then. Oh my goodness, yeah. Good luck. Just bodyguard around that boy.
Yeah, and just leave him there. 14 is Webagale Duck, which may actually get one since they're putting a lot of Ducktail cards out. It's Brains Over Brawn. And whenever she quests, you can banish an opponent's item. So it's like a beast or who's the other guy?
Benja.
The king. What's that?
Benja?
Yeah, Benja.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
Because her whole thing is items. Raja, Royal Tigress, Steel. She's a 4-cost steel, 4/3 bodyguard. When there's a princess on your side, she has bodyguard. Otherwise, not.
Oh, I like the princess synergies. I think there should be more. So that's nice. Bodyguard, that'd be good.
So
the princess need
last protection. Few we have is 16 has 2 quick because there's Mowgli from Jungle Book. He's just they're gonna be a vanilla 1 cost 2/2, but he's gonna have a shift target. And he's going to shift into Mowgli, Master of the Jungle. Shifts for 3. Whenever an opponent plays a villain, gain a lore.
Oh, the lore. Don't tell about this card to Lorcana villain. He will cry. Do not mention that to him. Do not tell him.
I won't even let him know. It's kind of I wanted something to hate on Ruby Amethyst, and that's good. No, you just have a couple of these in play, and you just gain lore from them playing villains.
You just win the game. Good luck. That blocks like oh my god, that blocks like Ursula's. That blocks like dragons.
So they have to really think, okay, am I going to play this? My opponent's going to gain a lore.
Ooh, that's tough, especially if you have 2 of them on the board. That's like 2. Ooh, okay, yeah. I like that.
So Quasimodo, Hunchback of Notre Dame, also needs a card. He's a 1/6, and he has Sanctuary, which is you can exert him to give him ward. He also has resist. So it's literally just to give ward to something else. I'm sorry.
Okay. Oh wow, that's very flavorful. Okay, yeah. We're gonna get a judge.
I have Baymax, Robotic Healthcare Companion, also a card that needs to happen. He has Balalalala, which is hard to. You can quest to remove 2 damage from each character of yours that was damaged this turn.
Ooh, that's really nice. Yeah. I love the flavorfulness of all these abilities, by the way. They're so, like, smart. Just so, like, detailed. Like, they're just, eat it up. Flavorful.
So next one is one I was thinking about for a while because I was watching it with my son. This is Bolt. Determined Dog. He's a 6-cost uninkable. He has super bark. When he comes into play, opponents can't challenge your characters until the beginning of your next turn.
Oh.
Which I now realize would be broken with Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo and probably shouldn't be printed. So don't make that. That's actually, don't make that card.
Wait, hold on. Real quick question. Is Bolt Pixar or is it just Disney?
It's just Disney. It's not Pixar.
What? That's crazy that we haven't gotten that dog. That's like
Right?
a perfect... Wow, I always thought it was like a Pixar movie.
And then they have like the green-eyed man or whatever as the bad guy, which is fun.
Oh, wow, yeah. Put that in the game, Ravensburger. Bolt's awesome.
So the last one is Bambi Friendly Fawn. Bambi has Innocent, which chosen character gains bodyguard for as long as you control Bambi.
Oh, that's really nice. Put that on like Ursula.
Just everything protects him.
Yeah. Wow, that's really nice.
I did make one last one for you, which is Kuzco, Lord of All Llamas.
Yes.
It's a Floodborn.
That we desperately need.
He turns for 2, and a chosen character loses all ability and is a 2/2 llama ally instead of its other attributes.
Oh my god, you're giving a Yu-Gi-Oh player a negate card? Oh my goodness, yes sir! Give me that now, Ray. Like now. Right now. We need it. This is amazing. Okay, this is the best card. You gave it negate? Yeah, we're all in.
Those are my 20 cards for this time. So
that is fantastic.
This is a section that we're going to be adding to our podcast is wish cards, but I just wanted to also anybody else to think of wish cards. Like you can make anything. Literally pick a character and it does a thing. Like the world is your oyster. The game just came out. It's like I don't know.
There's so much to do.
Overthink things.
There's so much to do. Give Oogie Boogie like a gamble ability, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Flip a coin.
Roll some dice. Yeah.
Rob's favorite thing to do, flip coins.
Flipping of coins are dangerous.
But Oogie Boogie, I'm not let's not add a lot of coin flipping into Lorcana.
Yes,
but some cards deserve it.
Sure.
Some cards deserve it, and Oogie Boogie should have one. You know?
Yeah, that's a very, very unique character for that. Otherwise, I am with you with coin flips. I am against. Because I actually told other people that whenever I read a Pokemon card that has a coin flip, I just ignore the rest of the text after it because it might as well not happen.
It just says flip a coin.
Yeah, so Timer Ball is just discard this card.
God, okay, yeah. See, I think... But some cards, I think in Lorcana would make sense, but not every card. So, Ravensburger, don't do it. There you are.
So to wrap this up, I have a little Lorcana trivia. Will you indulge me?
Of course. Last time I did it, I didn't get exposed. I was very happy. So
no, you did well. So I think you're gonna do well. I'm excited to see how you do with this.
Hopefully better than I did yesterday when Rob read me these questions.
You did okay. You did solid. So first question: what is the reported chances of opening an enchanted rare?
It's like 1 in 3 boxes.
It's at least 1 in a case, quote unquote.
Okay. 1 in 6, sure.
At least that was what I saw on a piece of paper given to one of the people when they were first putting the set that works at the store that I work at. That's what was written on that. I don't know who did that marketing or if that was from Ravensburger, but that's what I heard was the thing.
Okay, yeah. So yeah.
Which is not my experience, but then
bad coin flip.
Can you name 4 Sapphire cards that quest for 3 or more?
3 or more. It's the Maleficent, the Sapphire, the 3/6.
Uninvited.
Are we doing abilities or no abilities?
No, without ability. Just printed stuff.
3. Wow. Jeez, I don't think any of them sees play.
Well, you would argue with that.
3? That's the only one. The Caterpillar, Prince Charming.
Nice. There you go.
Oh, there's wait, Caterpillar, Prince Charming, the Maleficent. It's all the
There's
high
a
five stuff.
there's a big
Oh,
one that you're forgetting that you were talking about earlier.
Hey, close your mouth, man. This is
Gaston.
this is yeah, Gaston.
Yeah. Why do I think it's three? Wow. Yeah. Why do I think it's two? Yeah. There you go. Is there any more?
Yeah, there's four more.
Four more.
Yeah, Chief
Jeez.
Tui, which nobody uses.
Oh, there's a Simba. There's a Mufasa.
Yep, there's a Mufasa, King of the Pride Lands. Chief Tui, respected leader. And the other two are Grand Pobby, oldest and wisest,
Oh, okay.
which is really fun and healing, but not a great card in general.
Mhm.
And the Basil Great Mouse Detective. I
Oh, that
think that's
card.
the
I don't
shift.
think I've read that card.
I think it's a shift something. I'm not entirely sure on that one either, but I know that it turns for 3. So
Oh, you. I was thinking decks. I was like, which decks to have those blues, and then my brain's like, oh, the high five stuff. It's like, all right, and then the rest is basically okay. Okay, wow. There's so
you got there. Where's Ravensburger's US HQ?
Seattle.
Yep. Okay. I thought that was you got to slip an easy one in there. 4. Which 3 cost cards have the highest strength?
3 cost cards have the highest strength.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got nothing on that one. I'm assuming the Fox, the 4/3.
Okay. So that is one of them, correct? So the number is 4. Can you think of any other cards that are cost 3 that have a 4?
Mother Gothel's 2,
Mm-hmm.
so that's not a 3 cost.
She's a 3/4.
Oh, 3/4, yeah.
I would argue that only one of these other ones sees any play. So I will tell you that the Horus, No Good Scoundrel, Baloo, Fun Loving Bear, and Prince Naveed, Penniless Royal don't really see too much play, but they're all 4 3s for 3, different colors.
Wow. Yeah, no shot. Yeah.
But the other one that does see a little bit of play is the Lilo Galactic Hero, the 4/2 that turns for 2.
Oh, it's in the weight set deck, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
It's that Ruby, the Steadfast Classic there. Yeah.
Yeah, Lilo Galactic Hero and Prince Naveed would both be in that deck then, because that was
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Amber Steel.
Yeah. Right. Sure. Wow.
So, now this one's significantly harder, and I apologize for this because I talked to Anthony, and he's like, "Yeah, that's just which 3 cost cards have the highest willpower." Now, I would be impressed if you knew this, and surprised, to be fair. I can give you the movie for one of them if that will help you.
3 costs?
It's a 3 cost with the highest willpower. Yep, there's 2 of them. One of them, no, I don't think either of them have seen any play.
Number?
What's that?
Wait, hold on. 3 costs. What's a 3 cost card that I'm like, damn, that's big?
Which cards have big butts and cause big problems?
Big problems. 3 costs. They're not. Is it? I feel like 5 is a high number.
Nope, it is that number. So good guess on that one. I will tell you one of them you will never get because I don't know why you would get this, but Donald Duck Sleepwalker is an 05.
Oh yeah, the Floodborn shifts into it.
And then the other one is from Peter Pan, the movie, and is not Peter Pan.
It's not Peter Pan. 3 costs. Is it like
Zoe? I'm busy.
Yeah, I got nothing. That's crazy. Okay.
Mr. Smee, loyal first mate.
Mr. Shmee for the set 1. Wow. Okay.
2/5. Yeah.
Wow, those cards are not played. Wow.
Right. That's why that was just a deep dive. See if we could get there. I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
No shame in that one. However, this next one, I'd like to see. Which ink color has the most villains?
I'd like to believe it's either Amethyst or Ruby. For sure.
Okay.
I think it's Ruby?
It is Amethyst with 17 and Ruby with 16.
Oh, okay. That's close. Okay. I think it was
Least
one or the
villain for
other.
that one is Amber with 5.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Do you know what the
Those two
most common printed villain is right now?
common.
No, just like the villain that's printed the most times, the one that has the most versions so far.
I'm assuming it's like Dr. Facilier. It's like 5, 6.
Dr.
Maybe?
Facilier has 4.
Well, there's one with more.
Mm-hmm.
Maleficent.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
The 2 blue ones, the 2 purple ones, and
Right.
the dragon.
That's okay. That makes sense. That makes sense.
So, what color has the most princesses in it?
I would assume Amber.
That is a landslide correct answer with 14.
Yeah. I mean,
Sapphire
Rapunzel
is
alone should
next
carry
closest
it, right?
at 9.
Yeah.
What do you
Okay.
think color has the least princesses?
Emerald.
Nope. Emerald has 3. Amethyst has 0.
Ooh. What? Really?
There's
It's
not a
like,
single amethyst princess.
oh, because Elsa's are like queens and Anna isn't a
They're
princess.
on Dreamborn.
What?
Yeah.
I thought they were princesses. Wow.
So there is a tie for the most printed princesses. Do you know what they are?
I would assume like Rapunzel
Okay, that is correct.
and then Elsa probably. Oh no, Elsa's a princess. Wait, hold on. No.
Good catch on that.
Princess. Um, Cinderella?
It is Belle with 4.
Oh, the green ones.
2
Yeah.
greens,
Okay.
2 blues.
2 greens. Cinderella has 3. Ouch.
And last question, what is the best Ruby card from set 2? I'm just joking.
Gotta get that in. You don't know how much he loves Scar, Breezy. It's his favorite thing that's ever happened.
Scar is great, but like my nightmare is Lady Tremaine. So me and Lady Tremaine are not friends. She's the bane of my
So can you let our listeners know exactly where they can listen to you, Breezy?
Ooh, all right, yeah, of course. Well, if you want to hear more llama talk, more loud, breezy conversations at twitch.tv/ybreezy. I go live every Monday, Tuesday, and I have wild card day at this point, but usually Fridays or Thursdays, where I talk about more Lorcana, more fun stuff. And if you want a guy that writes all in caps all the time and talks about Lorcana and how Kuzco is the best thing, you can follow me on x.com/ybreezys. I'll be there talking about more Lorcana.
Appreciate you coming to the show. It's really been a lot of fun.
Yes.
It's an honor.
And with that, we will see you guys next week. Don't forget our stories format tournament we're going to move it to 7, give Breezy some time if he decides he wants to play.
I'll be there.
So we're going to push it back to 7. And with that, we will see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in.